Hi everybody and warm welcome to our very first video on this channel called The Books Don't Lie. My name is Amit and I happen to be an avid reader. I love talking about books. I love talking about various concepts, self-help concepts, which I genuinely believe can be implemented and applied at any part of your lives. So with the help of this wonderful channel which I'm trying to grow, I would like to talk about and probably begin my first video with a book called Psychology of Money. You heard that right. Psychology of Money is a book written by Morgan Housel, one of the best books when it comes to understanding the financial gimmicks with simply mind-boggling 19 wonderful stories. So with the help of this book, I want to talk about 5 different important inputs which I have personally got from this book. And trust me, once you hear these points, your psychology towards money is going to take a tumble. Probably you go for a toss and you may start rethinking about your finances, which you have never done in the past 17 to 18 years of your life. All right, so let me begin. The first chapter of this book talks about a very important quote which says, you must plan, listen to me carefully, you must plan for things which you know for sure is not going to go according to your plan. Isn't that a mind-boggling fact about what an emergency is, and it can occur to anyone at any point of time, and what you should be doing is you should be planning for the things which you know for sure is not going to go to your plan as per your plan. So plan for that. I love this quote. Let's begin with the story. Point number 1, the chapter number 1 talks about the greatest show on planet Earth. The story starts with the story of 2 individuals known as Ronald James, who is a janitor, versus Richard, a very high-profile banker from the USA. Now, these 2 individuals have lived their life and they made headlines, one in 2014 when Richard James died, and the other one in 2008 when the economic crisis came, and this was for the banker. Now, let me first tell you the story about these 2 individuals, and then we talk about the things and the takeaway step by step. Richard James has served in one of the hotels as a janitor. Now, janitor is a term used in the USA for cleaning washrooms, toilets. This bloke served for 25 years, got minimum wages and mediocre salary, had a wife, she died, never remarried, and the moment he kind of died, he made headlines because of a specific reason, which I will reveal later. And the other guy, so-called the Richard the banker, was one of the richest individuals in the USA from private investment bank, and he also made headlines for genuine reasons. Now, the banker was a spendthrift. He had this audacity of spending his money as if he has a lot of money. So one of the days, what he did was he went to a hotel, took a $15,000 in his pocket and called the reception and said, I am looking for at least 5 gold coins worth $15,000. He took the coins, he took some of his friends, went to Pacific Ocean, and they all started throwing those gold coins in the Pacific Ocean in order to race. Okay? Now, these 2 individuals, when they made headlines, this is what they got. Richard James, when he died in 2014, was one of the few individuals out of 4,000 lucky Americans who had passed away with a wealth of $8 billion. On the contrary, the banker, who was filthy rich all his life, when he declared himself bankrupt in 2008 crisis, he had no money to spend. Now, the moral of the story is, whether you have money or you don't have money, you do not need to show off. Money, if you get it, hold it tight, preserve it, because you never know the outcome or what future is going to give you. So stop doing show off. Point number 1. Point number 2, luck. How many of you genuinely believe in luck? I don't. I've been a person who often talked about hard work, progress, commitment, investment. That is how I think money comes to me. But the author talks about a specific story which will bamboozle you and you will start believing in luck. He talks about a guy called Microsoft owner Bill Gates. He said Bill Gates was one of those lucky individuals early in his schooling days who got a chance to be one of the schools which had only one computer. Out of the entire USA schools, he was the only one who got a chance to study in one of the schools where he only got to know what computer is. He and some of his friends, let's say two of his important friends, were pretty much brilliant with the computer gimmicks. And whole day they started playing and doing things. One of the friends, who was as good as Bill Gates, went for a hike. And unfortunately, because of certain circumstances, he could not recover and he died. He didn't make it, but Bill Gates and his friend went ahead and they found a company called Microsoft, which I believe you and I know, and more often than not, most of the PCs are working with the help of Microsoft Windows software. So luck is very important. Whether you are a millionaire or a broke, if the luck is not in your side, it is very hard for you to get rich or manage money. Luck is important. Point number 3, the magical impact of compounding. I'm not sure who said it, but Bill Gates and Warren Buffett said the 8th wonder of the world is compounding effect. Let me tell you a story. Did you know Warren Buffett earned $84.2 billion? And out of $84.2 billion, 81.5 came after his 65th birthday. Isn't that shocking news? The difference is Warren Buffett started investing at a very young age. And he had stocks which he never sold. And that wonderful stock, which he carried for almost 25 years, uninterrupted, went on to make him a billionaire, what he is today. Today he's 92 and some change, and he is one of the richest alive human beings on planet Earth. Isn't that magical? Now, the golden rule of investing is you should never ever interrupt any of your investing. For example, take an example of a SBI stock. Had you invested 1 lakh rupees in SBI stock in 2004, where the value was 74 rupees per stock, and had you remained invested till date, wherein now those 1 lakh rupees at 75 SBI stock per share has gone to 800 rupees per stock. Imagine the compounding effect. So compounding effect has a huge value. Financial freedom. Author primarily talks about financial freedom. He often talks about financial freedom and its meaning for different individuals. Now, financial freedom for us is not to vacation, is not a definition where you can afford things. That's one of the reasons. But real financial freedom is, can you control time with finance? Can you have a more powerful grip on your time compared to a finance? Is time controlling you or you are controlling time? So let me give you a story. If you have a meeting at 12 o'clock and you would not want to go at 12 o'clock because you've got some other commitment at home and you want to fulfill that, but you don't know that your boss is going to go ahead and approve it, you would only have the audacity to say no to your boss only when you are financially sound, because even if you get fired or even if you don't get a chance to be late, you still have enough bank balance in your kitty to take care of your expenses till you get a next job. So can you control your time? Can you do things what you want to do as long as you want to do, as much as you want to do? Can you delay time? If you can do that, that means you're financially sound. Last but not the least, wealth cannot be seen. See, the wealth, what you have, people normally say, I want to earn $1 million in a month. See, when they say $1 million in a month, they literally want to spend $1 million. How many of you have heard about saving $1 million in a month? Very few. So a true wealth is a wealth which remains hidden, your investments. A true wealth is something which you keep investing and don't touch it, and it goes uninterrupted. A true wealth is not which buys you a car, which buys you a home, which buys you a luxury location. And there are very few individuals, those who remain humble and loyal even though they have plenty of money. Okay, so these are the magical points which I have learned through a book called Psychology of Money. I hope the points are going to make a difference and you will feel different. Thank you so much.